My church has meant about connectivity. It has been about connectivity. I was originally born and raised in Puerto Rico, and went to a disciples church there. And when you worship there, you have certain hymns and certain music. And when I moved to Oregon, even though I didn't know the language, it was the same hymns. It was the same music. It was the same table. And we were there in connection and relationship. And I have seen that throughout the time that I have been with disciples, that even if you don't know what words are utilizing in French or in Korean or Spanish or whatever language they're using for, especially the table, and the elements, you get the concept of, and it brings that sense of connectivity and relationship and community. I define church more as the denomination, disciples, as a global entity. Global ministry has done a lot of things in the world as far as responding to humanitarian needs and humanitarian crisis. I think when we are together, we're stronger, and we can do a lot more in the world. One of the projects that I'm most fond of is the FEDICE, and it's in Ecuador. And what they do is they help women from indigenous community to give them loans and training and empowerment so they can build up their community, and they make their own business, and from there they earn an income to be able to build schools, and all that is possible because of organizations like the Global Ministries that not just fund with money. It's not about throwing money to solve problems. They actually go there, and they are in that connectivity, that relationship. They are helping hand in hand, walking with somebody to make a difference in the world and make sure that they're being supported. And I saw the same with Hurricane Maria, the way that it was a week of compassion. The pension fund, all these organizations came together, and they sent aid to Puerto Rico, and they made sure that generators were sent to the island to be able to help communities. When the generators, for example, came to the island, those generators were utilized to light up the kitchens. And those kitchens and the different churches that did have a kitchen left were able to prepare meals. And then those meals were given out to the community without asking, are you Christian, before you can eat? It was, here's some food, and we're able to do this, give food to who needs it in a time of need, in a timely manner, because we have this support of the church, my church, the organization, So there is my biggest hope is that the church continues to further the values of Christian life, and values, the way I see it, the values of family, where families are in the center of our service and what we do, and there are intergenerational services where we're together, not separated. The values of, let me see, I wrote a couple to make sure I didn't forget them. The values of empowerment for people, empowering people with hope, making sure that we give people space to bring up their concerns, and we also listen to them no matter what concern it is, and we give that space, and people feel able to speak up and speak their mind and listened to. Being a good Samaritan, that has been the way that we interpret being a good Samaritan, to be able to respond to humanitarian needs in the world, and not lose that portion. And and love. And love is the most powerful thing that we have. And not only love as a powerful thing, but when we are love in relationship with God, and everybody has the capacity to do it. It doesn't matter your ability of physical, mental ability, you have the capacity to love if you are connected and abiding and you have inside of you that relationship with God. So I hope that we continue to further those values. And I know the church is not going to be the same church the way we know it. It might look weird church. There's a book called Weird Church. It will look like that, but it doesn't matter, because it's just we're still having the values, the Christian core values, experienced and represented differently.